Good evening. Welcome back to my most ethical love crew, cream crew as well. My divine panel and angels of love and light. I welcome you to divinely intervene as needed for my highest good, aka the highest good. Thanks so much for your help, your assistance, your facilitation, your guidance, all of that, protection, encouragement, all of that. So, some areas of focus, some areas of emphasis I should focus on according to my divine panel. That is what I'm answering right now so that I can kind of rev up my Friday and just get through it. Just get through it. Because at the very tail end of today, I was kind of like doing snow angels in bed, like, yes. Energetically anyway. And I was like, just feeling like a slump from like just in the middle of progressing things. And I'm like, you know what? Every day I should be progressing, not just checking boxes. I should be able to see and or feel a difference every single day. And so that's what, like, I just kind of did that, and I don't know. I try to do that in any place like I step into, if it's a new room or whatever. After shaking things off, that's my way of shaking things. Well, that's my way of shaking things off. So, let's say like I don't. I guess people with ADHD do this, or ADD, whatever. So they enter into a room and they get distracted into doing something. But here, I'm aware of the distraction, but I allow myself to like shake things off within that distraction, because it allows me to accomplish something that has been, sitting there for a little while before I get back to whatever else it was that I was doing. So it's meant to break up the patterns. It's meant to do that. It's built in there, so I don't question it. When I'm focused to do something, I am hyper-focused on doing that. And that's just the way I was built. So I'm not going to say that anything is wrong with that. I know there's a lot of reels out there that poke fun at the behaviorism surrounding ADHD, though I have not been formally diagnosed with anything like that. And so some of that stuff just gets kind of like tired to me. And just knowing that like you can't get comfortable in let's say if you're doing comedy, you can't get comfortable in one singular output, because it's just like you just need variety. And things change, so like on the recipient end, like you have to be conscious of your audience too. So on the recipient end, as I'm receiving this, like if I continue to like normalize that is funny, for me, that subconsciously says there's something wrong with that. And I know that's probably taking things a little too far, like you're taking things a little too seriously here. That's the norm of human behavior, psychology. So you're arguing with that, if there's an argument at all. And anyway, let's get back to this. All right, so areas of focus or areas of emphasis that I should focus on according to my divine team. And on the recipient side, just kind of going through the filtering of no BS, okay? So there were certain errands that I wanted to run just to kind of dump off like certain like clutter, weights, and it didn't make sense with the schedule and the timing that I had in the day, so I couldn't just like do the immediate gratification thing. Because it just didn't make sense. It's like I could do it tomorrow with a larger volume of drop-offs. So I let go of that. I was just like, Tina, that's what makes sense. And so there's that. Just that's a sample of filtering through what is considered BS when you're prioritizing. So let's say that would have been acceptable if I were going through something very, very heavy that was immediate, like fresh wounds, and a very depressing time. That would have been enough validation to do that. That would not, like, it's all within context. But I'm more healed now. I am stronger now, and there's a lot more on my plate. And I need to really approach these things and just kind of buck up. I have the time now. This is a good opportunity for me to focus on these things. So again, no BS on the inbox, okay? On the doing side, the manifesting side, again, 10 of Wands, it shows a realm of responsibility, a large amount of things to carry. So it's just, you have a heavy to-do list, Tina. Other than having high expectations for yourself, you legitimately have like a lot before you. And 710 is an angel number here for me to start off. The top of the deck is the angel, not angel, oh gosh, yeah, it's an angel card, but it's the Lover's card. And the bottom of the deck is 8 of Swords in reverse. So freeing yourself and knowing that you have great backup, great support, as above, so below energetic. So, and right off the bat, right underneath that is the Queen of Cups in reverse. So just understanding the undercurrents. I'm noticing more so in the macrocosm. A lot of the things that I read are transpiring, and it's a lot. So all right, so let's be more specific here. Let's get clarifiers from here on out within this reading. Spirit, my divine panel, what do you want to tell me as far as areas of emphasis I should focus on? And that last, like, 20 minutes within this room, maybe it was longer than that. Maybe it was 30 minutes, maybe it was an hour. I feel like it was more so an hour because of the timing. But it really, mentally, it felt like 10 minutes relative to how I invested myself in the day. So there's a bit of judgment in there, personal criticism, I detect, just looking at things in hindsight. So technically speaking, I think it was about an hour that I had inputted in just kind of getting back in alignment. And I would say that was a huge push, because as I was also stretching as a prefix to this, I was like, you know what, it's probably that I'm just hurting more often within the stretching process because I haven't done it in a long time where it felt good. When you go through bouts of depression and faceted realms of grief and agony, it really does affect your overall well-being. And so I'm just noticing it creates blockages from what I felt happiness was when it was under the umbrella of perceived safety. And so when you don't feel safe anymore, or nor happy anymore, nor safe enough to be happy, and that those connection points are related to past trauma, it becomes a challenge to get back into that place, knowing that it's not going to happen again. So that's what I'm realizing. It's like maybe, you know, half of it is just in my head as far as the pain. And when I say pain, it's not like I have like a sciatica nerve, whatever, pinch, anything like that. But I am to the point where, like, if I'm stretching, normally I don't have any problems on my hips. I don't. But the fact is, and I've never really had any problems with my midsection either. But it's just when I'm stretching to this point where it's supposed to feel good, that's when it feels like my bones are about to pop out of my socket. Like I'm about to, when older people fall down and then they end up in the hospital, that's what I feel like at times when I'm trying to stretch. Like something is really about to like dislocate, not necessarily crack, but dislocate. And I just, so, all right, so what did they want to tell me, my divine panel? So again, it points to huge progress in getting to that point. Just start it, Tina. Start it, whatever it is, wherever you're at, just start. And so that's where I'm at. Okay. This one, 8 of Cups in reverse opened up to the 2 of Wands. So I'm starting to see that. It's kind of like the light at the end of the tunnel, but there's instead of it being enclosed, this part of the tunnel and going out and finding yourself, etc., clearing your head, getting more in touch with yourself, drowning out the noise, and then you come back knowing that you have to approach your stuff. So there's like an ether, like in your auric field, there's a tunnel, right? So this is kind of like dark night of the soul. When you come back, this is the light at the end of the tunnel. You size things up correctly, you have greater perspective, you have somewhat of a game plan, and there's also flexibility, knowing that you got from like here to there to here again. So the journey in kind of an elastic, the natural properties of an elastic band. So it's just kind of, this is where I'm supposed to come back to anyway. And you kind of see that here, like it takes time in that, and so this is good. All right, getting back to things. Okay, what else do you want to tell me? But seriously, I started to feel the progress like in the last 10 or 15 minutes of before I got on here. And with that, I feel good and set. There's more to do, but I don't plan on investing an hour on here to wrap up the evening. This is a closure of chapter for the day, and yeah, I'll just see what's going on here. So I'm gonna write a list of things that I am going to accomplish, and just to keep myself focused. 9 of Pentacles, independence, sufficiency in being able to take care of things and have something to show for it. This is a garden of, how do I say it? So 7 of Pentacles is waiting for things to come to fruition, to blossoming point. 8 of Pentacles is mastery because you have exercised the patience. And then 9 of Pentacles is being able to enjoy those blooms. You're doing good for yourself, Tina. So this is kind of like a passage of time after it, and I'm not saying like it has to take a long time, but this is, these are, what do you call it? It's kind of like a timeline. So after this, guess what happens? This happens, Tina. That's your new patterning. Yeah. All right. Anything else? Um, King of Pentacles. The back area of the King of Pentacles. So, I am protected by a boss energy. I don't know. It's like, oh, you know what? It's like, I don't know how hard it is to find like good watermelons in the batch, but obviously this boss has chosen their watermelon and like that's mine. So a certain boss has selected me, but you know what? There's one in front too, and one on each side. So there's 3 of Pentacles. This is definitely a boss of a job. This definitely says it because there's one behind, and there's 2 on each side. So, that's the 3 of Pentacles in watermelon mode. So it's juicy. Definitely. And you can use all of it as consumable. Yeah. And, what do we want to say about this? So someone has chosen me. Like, in the batch of like conglomerate energy and certain networks that were happening behind closed doors, like, oh, I think she'd be better for this. No, I think she'd be better for this. Like, so it's kind of like, in Shark Tank, where they find a profitable opportunity. Okay, so they're not just interfacing with an inventor, but also, and not just an entrepreneur, but someone who's really got the guts, the grit, etc. And something, like I said, very valuable to offer. And that's not just in the here and now as a fad, but in the long run, this is kind of a new thing. So these figures are talking, and they talk fair game. But when they really have their eyes set on something, that's when they're more, they come into their more convincing ways. And so I wouldn't call it fighting or arguing. Maybe there was a tiny undertone of it, but I feel like I would have seen it in the cards. I would have seen disputes or something like that, but I don't think that was happening because I didn't really see it in the cards on that level, on the higher level. So, but it's been decided. And so someone, has selected me for their group, their arena. Okay. What else? Okay, so any areas of emphasis I should focus on according to my divine panel. So they're saying that I'm covered. I'm covered. So stop stressing. Remembering my weak points, okay? And knowing my strong points. My ability to listen in, to receive the information from multiple sources, reliable sources of sentience. And this crosses the barrier of time. This also crosses the barrier of dimensions. And we're not just talking about, okay, Earth or this galaxy. We're also talking about the expanse of it. And so knowing what is transpiring within my immediate macrocosm, what's happening globally, what's happening nationwide, when I'm doing my divination, it's coming to life. And so I can't argue with that. Those are bigger than just fact finders. And so I have not come across anyone within my field that I've interfaced with, really, or that has I just haven't seen that on a more intimate level, other than what my practice shows me. So if I have that backing me, that that kind of validates, you know, the polarities of strengths and weaknesses. If I have that great strength, then I must have this like lingering weakness here that I need to work on. And I wouldn't say it's necessarily something to fix, but it's something just to work on, to be aware of, and just knowing that I came from a place that questioned or gave little worth to my root chakra, whatever is representing that. I have to understand that, you know, when I feel like I'm not covered and I'm stressing out and I need to have it in writing, I need to know for a fact, that's the part where I let go. Because all that I am required to do at this time, or advised to do at this time, is to at least communicate. Okay? At least you're a great communicator, Tina. You might have certain hesitations or little quirks here and there, but the content of what you're communicating is complete. It is, and especially with the backing that I have, it's accurate. So you give other people, other energies, the opportunity to respond to that. And then things will play out accordingly. Judgment follows up after that. Karma follows up after that. So just do your thing, Tina, and relay what it is that you want or need or are have observed that deserves attention, and everything else will transpire to balance things out. So when I see this here, for the upteenth time, that a work opportunity or partnership opportunity in boss mode is here, and they're telling me more so that it's an external energy, not just an internal. Believe it. Believe it, Tina. It is yours. It is here. It's not hypothetical. It's not within another timeline. It's not like you're not going to get skipped over, Tina. You are covered. So start acting like it. So when that time comes along of securing that opportunity, when it comes to paperwork and paychecks and all of this stuff, for the here and now at least, in the interim, this interim could be like really, 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 really short, you know? So you got to make the most out of it. So I just remembered in the past 24 hours, I was like, Tina, you should really be valuing the time that you have right now, because you can get like so many things done. Like seriously, you could get so many things done. And that self-care thing, like you could, like, you get so many things done. Do not take this time for granted. Do not stress out. Don't use it to stress out about when is this thing going to come along, because when that thing comes along, you might have to stress. You might end up stressing out about how am I going to take care of all these other things. You know what I mean? So it's time to get back on it. That's what they're saying. All right. Anything else that you want to say, my divine panel? So those are great incentives to get going. It's like just jump starting the cables. That's what I feel like. Anything else that you want to say, my divine panel? That one? It's the Lover's card again, facing me. So is self-actualization, not just self-realization, like, oh, I can do this. No, it's saying I'm here, these things are transpiring, I am manifesting it, these are bringing them into life. This is also great intimate partnerships, close bonds, lifelong bonds. And yeah, it's definitely like these things will transpire. This is kind of like the mirroring like Heyoka energy, but for like from beyond the veil. You remember yesterday where the Seven of Cups was like, you know, like, ah, I see. It's this is the same kind of this is the same notification as what I'm mirroring, as this angel is doing, like, ah, we're here. Ah, you understand. That's crazy. That's so weird. I've never tied those two together before. All right. I was saying, like, what's the final thing here? Oh my gosh, that's cool. Right beside the fan on the right side, up against my altar. It felt like this. Just like that. It's a star card facing me. And then right behind it is the Ace of Pentacles accentuated. That's crazy. This is and right beside the fan that's going. So that like that's feng shui divination with some what is it? What is it? What is that called? I Ching, yeah. It's just live I Ching energy. Just like logistically speaking, all of that, saying that I'm a star. I'm star quality. Celebrity status, basically, with it. Starting celebrity status, I feel like. Because if it was absolute celebrity status, it would be accentuated as well. But this is saying I'm acknowledged for my unique qualities shining and being funded by it. And that I have ongoing fans, like within my immediate facility, is what they're saying. So that's crazy. That's on my right side. That's my doing side. So that's whatever I'm doing is manifesting a shiz ton. Bottom of the deck is Five of Cups. Top of the deck is Four of Pentacles in reverse. So Four of Pentacles in reverse. So not micromanaging, letting things like unfold as they are. And it's driving back to that first part of it and filtering out like no bullshits. So like knowing what to say goodbye to. So just doing that, those particular things within subtle energetics on the day-to-day level, that generates this energy, like this kind of energy, regardless of industry. So I want to get a clarifier for that particular energy, because it's like subconsciously, Tina, like, oh, you know, when people are explaining how tarot works, it's like you have to clear your mind and not be so like puppy dog in window when you're doing the divinations, so as to exercise care and discipline for not to receive the most accurate and clear messaging, and it's not like wishful thinking, like, you know, I just want that, so it's mine, you know? So, I mean, I think I can do that, but let's play it like leveling the playing field and just clearing my mind and getting specs on this. What does my divine panel want to tell me? Any areas of emphasis that I should focus on relative to those cards, those last two cards. Seven of Pentacles. So take your time. Yeah. I don't know. This is more so like being patient than taking your time. You're looking at these things and you're like, but they're ready. And this is kind of like defensive driving, you know, like when your kid decides that, okay, they're going to start driving now, and and you're like, oh, you got to do this and you got to do this, and you're just kind of like micromanaging everything, and the kid is like, like, I'm such a good driver. You re-enrolled in lessons, like it's part of my elective in school or whatever, and I'm acing the class, and I've read up on everything, and you've taken me out or whatever. And it's like, no, it's not that I don't trust you. It's that I don't trust other drivers. You know what I mean? Like, not everyone has the same upbringing and focus as you do. So, or even the same resources as you do. So, like, somebody might even be on point and within your class, but their vehicle may be, like, not reliable. You know what I mean? So, there's stuff like that. Or, their family dynamics, their domestic dynamics, relative to school and possibly work, their scheduling might be like a little off and hectic. So that might be thrown into the loop. So it's just like, no, it's not that you're not ready, or that I don't trust you. It's more so about the exterior. I feel like that. I don't know. I got it next to the fan, so let me just get another clarifier. I was told to get 2 because of the 2 cards here. Okay. That's what I'm reading. 5 of Wands, upright. So this is the 1-up. This is the 1-up card. Like, you win, Tina. So take your. This is more so take your time. Take the time that you need. I feel like, I don't know, the face is just really throwing me off here. But like, they're just saying, like, Tina, just know that you won, and without even knowing that you're like in a race, that you entered a race. There's other energetics here, though, because this is a little confusing. Queen of Wands at the back, like very fortified. Again, back to that last reading. Sturdy foundations. Sturdy back, sturdy spine, basically. Sturdy root chakra. Sturdy connections, reliable connections, very life-giving. So this is magic, you know. This is charm. This is attraction. Yeah, this is, yeah, definitely. You see? So this is facing that. Yeah, you won, Tina. So 7 of Pentacles, though, like. That's so confusing, though. 7 of Pentacles. I think because it's taking some time for things to transpire, I think I'm the fault in that is that I'm focusing more on that than what the time should actually, what it can be used for. Like, there are certain things, the intangibles, that need time to bear its weight, bear its potency in coming into existence for harvesting. So the physical stuff, Tina, like, you got whatever is like seen on the outside, is ready, but there are other things, like there's pentacles in the ethers that you cannot see, but your soul feels magnetized to. So, like, stop focusing on the physical looks, like the aesthetics of things, and wondering, like, what's wrong with them? Like, I don't understand. It's more so knowing that there are, like, everything has its illusions, right? Some aspect, you know, especially if something's good. So there's hidden pentacles in there. There's something else in there that's like ready to, or that's working its way to come into existence. Yeah, that's what I feel like. Okay, so bottom of the deck. Okay, so we got those two. All right, so what are my 3 takeaways? 1, King of Cups energy, excellent. Takeaway 2, 2 of Swords in reverse, very nice. And then 3rd takeaway, Hierophant in reverse. Okay. So this is very creative energy, but it's masculine energy. So this is action oriented and allowing myself freedom to swim. That what else is this? So something about the third eye energetics are not, like that chakra is not blocked. And so I'm able to see things as they are, because it's just kind of like reminding me of Batman, you know, the logo that bumps out, SOS. So I have that inner built radar here where my third eye is like putting this on blast, right? And it's a moon card, but, or like the moon right there, but it's like, you know, the third eye is very much casting that out. So I'm in a good place right now because I'm not just on the receptive side. Being that these are my closing cards and my takeaway, I'm already within masculine energy to integrate that. That it's already happening within its own timing, within its own pace. I may have fluctuations between here and there. But as far as being on time, I still am. Yeah. So they're saying just trust in that. All right. Thanks very much for all donations provided in and of light and love that reciprocate equally. But now that this reading is officially over, I call back all my power, energy, strength, gifts, essence from those who generate, bring, cast, call upon, or any variation thereof, ill will, intent, and or entities to pass through the white light of the Holy Spirit and Archangel Michael's blue flame for cleansings, for blessings, and for reformatting to love and light energy, and then to be re-fortified within me, only me, hassle-free, no doubt, no attachments, except with all bonus points included. Thanks so much. So upon closing the portals in this reading, I send all energies back to their appropriate locations outside of mine, with their appropriate karmas due, assisting with a sequence of rollout and light and love. I close the portals in this reading. Now.